Guangzhou University Sports Centre to the Women's Olympic Qualifiers for the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. We are entering our second round of matches here at the stadium, just standing by for match number 5, Singapore, Philippines. Then it'll be Kazakhstan, Thailand, Sri Lanka, Korea, China, Hong Kong. Looking at Pool A there, China with the big win. First half hat-trick to Chen Kai-yi. Hong Kong also first half hat-trick to Chong Ka-yan. Both those sides looking good. China looking terribly good at the hosts. Thailand and Kazakhstan sailing through with similar sort of points differences in their opening match. And it's going to boil down to a couple of big matches in this second round. Coming up a little bit later, China, Hong Kong to end the day, Kazakhstan, Thailand. But we are now standing by for Singapore versus Philippines. Welcome back, everybody. My name's Grant Buseval. With me, Jed Thine.
Good afternoon, good evening, hello, wherever you're watching from around the world. Exciting times building up here in the Asian region, coming hard off the shadow of the Rugby World Cup, and now with the Olympics on the radar.
Here's our Singapore side battling away earlier on, yet to get any points. Beaten 33-0 by Thailand. Have a look for number 6, Chan Jia Yu. She is in the middle of everything. And for the Philippines, well, our first real look at them at this level, and reasonably unfamiliar to us, but we were impressed with the try to Aldi Denoyo, number 7 there. She got away down the right side, picked up their first try of the tournament against Kazakhstan, going down 34 points to 5. And this will be a much more evenly matched fixture, and probably the game that each of them is targeting to get one over and try and take third, not fourth spot in their pool as they run out onto the field now. The shadows have grown longer. It's 4:53 local time here in China, and it's good to see the team smiling, being part of these Olympic qualifiers. Already a bit of a milestone in some of their careers. Regardless of what happens after this, participating on the path to the Olympics is a terrific opportunity. And there's our referee, Morgan White from Hong Kong, a young man making his way through the refereeing ranks. And he's smiling as well. So everybody's happy at this stage. Tomorrow we'll be back in the morning for the third round of games before we break up to the semi-finals. And then the final round, 5-4 rounds here in Guangzhou. Beautiful November day. Great pitch down there. Good conditions for rugby. Perfect for rugby, you got to say. And that's a misread from the start there, as Jane Chan flew into that one and was beaten by the ball into touch. So Philippines with an early set piece here, 23 metres out from the Singapore line.
These teams should be actually quite well matched, I think, Booze, from what we've seen from them early on. It'll be interesting to see where the Philippines are out against Singapore. Have got more experience at this level.
Tudok with the line out. They win it. This is Melissa Jacob in 12, sets a target in the midfield, taken down by Jane Chan. And there is Tudok, the hooker, fires that one away into the hands of Isabella Nepomuceno. And they're just using the space here. They've made a bit on the side there. Here's Ada Milby, gets it back on the inside to Ayumi Ono. And what a start by the Philippines. They've worked the space well. And good knowledge, good wisdom, good awareness. And that's a good start to them, Jed.
Yeah, terrific try to Jordan with the hippie strip on. Use the ball well. Ada Milby's done brilliantly here. Terrific support play. And that, ladies and gentlemen, children at home, that's how you score a try. Nice passing, great support play. And a bit of tape around the ears doesn't kill you either.
No, it's a good look, isn't it? You come here, it tells everybody you mean business.
Oh, business, all right.
Look at the business there from the coach. Fetale Tawa. He'll be happy. So their second try of the tournament, their second try at the highest level. And they'll be on the Asia Rugby 7 Series circuit next year, 2020, after being promoted, winning the Sevens Trophy, which is the second tier in Asia, undefeated in August, but they can't get the restart right. So it's a tap from the spot for Alvinia Aoyong here. Singapore searching for their first try, and this is Sherrian Ko, first series for her for Singapore. Here's Chong. Jane Chan battles around the ankles is Ono. She's not letting go.
She's a live wire, this Jane Chan.
That's right. Chan Jia Yu are getting it wide, but it's all very static, and Volcano's line comes up nice and eager, and that's a good battling little effort there from Sherrian Ko. She was caught way behind the gain line, and she gets a little bit of go forward, but looks like Sylvia Tudok stripped that one, and she has. So Philippines have got the ball back, and there's a good chop tackle from Jane Chan. Goes in hard and low on Aldi De Noyo. Here's a bust down midfield, Isabella Nepomuceno. Scooting around goes Ono, the try scorer. She seems to know the way to the try line, this young athlete, and she picks up a brace early on in this match, and she does look all business, doesn't she? Serious.
Well, it's like she stepped out of the Australian Rugby League calendar from 1987. I'm loving the look, but I'm loving the performance that goes with it. There's just sizes it up. There's McGap there. Gets in there. Terrific stuff. She looked to be a real on-field general in the opening game for the Philippines. And it's good to see her performing here against Singapore. And she's certainly the difference at the moment. I'll take my own 7 points, thank you very much.
Philippines were unbeaten in that Sevens Trophy tournament in August. They beat Indonesia in the final 26-7. Singapore coaching side not looking as cheerful as the Volcanoes bench right now.
Big news coming out of Singapore as I see they've signed former All Black Simon Mannix into the coaching team down there. That was a talking point around the tea room.
Philippines with the restart. And they've done enough there to disrupt that ball at the base there. Good determined work by the defenders from the Philippines there, making nothing easy for Singapore. And this is the pattern we've seen, isn't it, Jed? The team that comes in at the bottom rung of the sort of top tier of Asia Women's Sevens generally takes them a season to get things going. Took Malaysia one round before they hit their straps.
Yeah, it was a special performance. They were a very, very exciting team. Malaysia, I hope to see a lot more of them in the future.
And now we have the Philippines, another exciting prospect. Here's Ono again. Scoots out of one somehow and takes on another couple. Sets it up nicely on the 10. Milby feeds this time. Over the top, there's some good work by Sherrian Ko. She's working hard for Singapore.
Oh, great hands.
Here's Ono again, tracking back though. Just takes it nonchalantly with one hand. Jane Chan, she knows she's on her way to the bin there. She'd done well to get up in the face. And I think she was genuinely trying to catch that, but...
Ooh, she's taking a tumble there, heading into the chair.
Just scoots over on the track. Here we go, Philippines with 2 minutes to press it home. Minute left in this first half. There's Ono again. She's into everything. A little bobble there at the base.
Well, I like the inclusion of Jane Chan into the Singapore team. She's a genuine competitor by the look of things. She seemed to get lots to get on the front foot. I think that's, that's a very, very good thing for the Singapore side. It's such a solid outfit, but there's a couple of points where they could always be improving. Just competitiveness really around the ball is one of the things. I think Jane Chan's got it in spades.
But she's in the naughty chair. Here goes Chan Jia Yu. Tireless work from her over many seasons. And Nepomuceno there pinged for going over the top. Maybe just put her hands on the ground. Are they looking at the first try here? Here goes Ko. She's also been a great inclusion for Singapore, and over she goes. And the two newcomers to the Singapore side, hang on, there's going to be a little conflab in goal here. Look good to us up here.
Oh dear. You could see, look at the reaction on Ko's face. Absolutely distraught. We don't get a replay of it, but maybe there was no control was there. Let's have a wee look at this. Swinging arms around the back, no. Oh, it's come off the foot.
Yeah, it's the right call.
Perhaps
should have just tucked that under her wing. She had the length to get across. She didn't need to reach out. And that's a shame for Sherry-Ann Ko in Singapore. They needed that try at full time with Jane Chan in the bin for Singapore. Philippines, sorry, it's 12-0 then. Philippines over Singapore.
Well, the opening try, Ada Milby with a streak down the outside and a great ball back on the inside. We've seen the headband of Jordan. Already done plenty of work in the opening game. She's gone and grabbed herself a quick double here. Here's a second try. This is probably great. Look upfield and has no problem getting through the gap and peeling off down the road for a 5-pointer. Good performance in the opening half by the Philippines playmaker, the Volcano ladies, doing the job here against Singapore.
Alvinia Al-Yong goes deep. Splits the difference between the two players back there, and this is a good return from Anna Pakis. Going back is Ayumi Ono. And they just managed to retain possession here. Singapore still down to 6. Jane Chan in the bin. And there's Jane Francisco on at number 3. First look at her for Philippines. She's a big athlete too. Let's see what she's got. Oh, here she goes. She is not going to be denied this time. Sherry-Ann Ko. And her first tournament, and she is really showing some impetus here for Singapore. Like the look of her. This is good news for Singapore. As you said, Jed, a couple of players willing to take the ball forward.
Well, the 2 points are optional really, I guess, at the end of the day, and this sort of kicking, that's better to see. And good on her. I'm glad she claimed it as well with a wee fist pump at the end. Just to prove the first one wasn't a fluke.
It was a great show and go, wasn't it? Good confidence that far out. She looks like she's got some power about her. So game on here as they return to 7 players. Jane Chan with the ball in hand. She's back on. So she'll be pleased that they've managed to score 5 in her absence. Should have been 7. Here goes Ali Denoyo. And they're giving away penalties in front of the posts. Here's Sherry-Ann Ko, the player of the moment. This time feeds it up to Victoria Chu. And there's a bit of space around the outside, is there? Yes, there is. And banging it down for a second quick try, Singapore, Lo Yu Hoi. And they're looking like a different team out there. Got their tails up now. And got to say, that's some of the best rugby we've seen from them over the series, the Asia Rugby 7 series this season. Wonderful stuff, Singapore.
Yeah, well, just some determination there, and it seems to be paying off. It's turning into the classic game of 2 halves, isn't it?
Jane Chan can't convert. It was a good effort from out wide. They trail by 2 then. Philippines 12, Singapore 10.
It'll just be interesting to see if the Philippines can hack the pace here.
Well taken on the fly by Denoyo. And they've got the ball back. Task 1. Jane Chan flying in there and swinging around the hips. Oh no, is there to play link. This is Melissa Jacob. She gets taken by Ao Yong. It's a little bit messy there. Jane Chan flying into everything. Here goes Sherry Ann Coe. She's going again. That would have been a hat trick. But she picks up her second here and she just coasts over there. What a find for Singapore Sherry Ann Coe has been.
Good work from Singapore. Very pleasing to see. A turnover under pressure. They've taken the ball away from the Philippines and just gone straight under the post, which is, this is good direct play by Singapore. By no means does it mean that they're going to go from, playing like this today to scoring tries like that against Kazakhstan or China. But it does show that in the right environment, these ladies can be competitive. So we're very keen to see just exactly what the Philippines have under the hood here.
And there's another big tackle from Jane Chan. For all the good she's doing with the ball in hand, she's also making some very big tackles. That's Jane Francisco just trying to get free there. Ayumi Ono trying to get it out to the speedster. Aldi Denoyo is a great tackle coming across from Hui. And it's in play here for Singapore. They're keen for more. They're up by 3. Jane Chan in a weaving run. Eunice Chu, she's on the outside. I don't think she's going to have the gas, Jane Francisco, and she doesn't. Eunice Chu gets around the outside, and they've turned a 12-0 loss or deficit into a 20-12 lead with a conversion to come. First try to Eunice Chu.
Well, she's a battler, Eunice Chu. We've seen her lead the charge for Singapore almost on her own. She seemed to shoulder a lot of work during the Asia Rugby 7 series. And now with a couple of capable allies, and Chan and Ko and Chong, they might be starting to form a bit of a backbone for a side here, Singapore. This is exciting.
So 4 unconverted tries, Singapore unanswered. At this stage, Philippines have no answer to this onslaught by Singapore. I was talking to Christabel Lim on the bus ride to the stadium, a former international for Singapore, now refereeing, telling me that girls just don't play rugby in Singapore until they get to often college or university. Very late bloomers. They don't have a good decade under them like many of these other countries. Jane Chan Jia Yu now gives it up to Lo Yu Hoi, and this is Mainasa Buang. We haven't seen much of her. She made her way into the team during the series. Jane Chan again takes on 2 tacklers, commits them. Ao Yong fires it out to Eunice Chu, and look at the white shirts coming across. There's 2 on 4 here. And just weaving her way through the middle, Eunice Chu to Victoria Chu. Jane Chan, and she's taken some contact, 5 out. It's all action from Singapore. Calm it down, says Alvinia Ao Yong.
Well, they're running with a hot hand at the moment, Singapore. I'd just say put the foot down and go for break here. 4 tries. She's worked herself into space beautifully, Chu, didn't she? Just a little change in pace, change in direction. All of a sudden, she had 4 Philippines defenders absolutely flummoxed. And I think they might be tempted to have a strike at the ball here too.
Time up on the clock. I got Dunton who's going to feed this, and it's a good shove there from the Philippine. Eunice Chu here all over Danton there, just ruining her day. Her first touch of the ball today. Jordan fishes it out, and then right under their post as the hooter goes. Singapore brimming with confidence, and their defence is not going to let this escape. Again, the tackle comes in from Chan.
Great continuity play here by the Philippines. This is outstanding.
Yep, hats off for having a go here, but they've been caught behind their try line. Morgan White says offside. They'll go again. The game is gone, of course. The arm is out again, not 10. Of course, sevens isn't always just about winning the game you're playing right now. It's about building some momentum, gaining confidence. Just every little bit of game time possible will help these new teams. And here we go. They managed to break through. A little bit of step, but Jane Chan's playing sweeper, does the tackle, rips the ball, does everything. It's a great work from Chan. And it's a bit scruffy on the ground. It's a third consecutive penalty. Off they go again. Jordan just launches herself at the defence, and it's going to be a card here, surely, at some point. She's going to get red carded or no? Wow, I thought for a moment there, Jane Chan was going to take one for the team. If she'd got another yellow, that was a red, and that would have been rather tough on her. Philippines keep going. Chuck a blanket over them almost. Here goes the speed star. She's got on the outside. LD Denoyo. And if she can just keep her cool and dot this down, she'll have 2 for the tournament. And that's good awareness of space and where their pace is, and gutsy effort to go literally 100 metres downfield. Terrific stuff, Volcanoes.
Well, she looks great in full flight, this young lady. Second try of the tournament. Yep, a little bit puff to go with it. Once she gets the clear lane in front, it's nothing but, well, dust behind. They're not getting anywhere near her, really. Nice knee action, up nice and high. Long stride. Flies away, good points.
Yeah, they've added some respectability to the scoreline. 4 tries to 3. We thought we'd see a close match, and we got one. Just the 1 point in it. Philippines telling everybody we're not here to take wooden spoons. But they've pipped out here 20 points to 19 against Singapore. Very entertaining match, 7 tries. And that's exactly what these two sides need. Good bit of